Walker Adams here with a Sunday school science experiment that you can do. A couple things you'll need for your science experiment. Rice, particularly instant rice, is seeming to work a little bit better with this experiment. Some baking soda and some vinegar. A glass with some water in it, particularly a clear glass so you can see what's going to go on with the rice. So what you want to do is you want to fill the glass up about half full or so. You can experiment if you would like with how much you fill it. And you're going to include some instant rice within that mixture. And then you're going to put in some baking soda as well. You're going to want to stir this so it is all nice and mixed together. And you're going to notice that some of your rice may stay on the top and some of it may sink down to the bottom, but we're not done yet.
Walker, I noticed that some of the rice floats to the top, some of the rice sinks to the bottom. And this kind of represents the troubles and the difficulties we have in life, right? And the rice at the top doesn't look like it needs much help, and the rice at the bottom looks like it still needs a hand. So let's go ahead and take the rice that doesn't need help, and we'll just scoot that out of the way because it's all okay. It doesn't need us. Sometimes that's how it is in life, right? Even in the midst of troubles, depending on what's happening in our lives, sometimes we don't really need a whole lot of help. We can make it through. But there's a lot of people down there at the bottom who seem to be having some trouble, and they're confused and they're mixed up, and some of them are even caught up from stirring. Look at that. Now, what do you think we can do to help the poor rice that's having some trouble in there?
Scientifically speaking, we are going to add some of your common household vinegar, and then we will see what happens to those rice specimens at the bottom.
And not scientifically speaking, Sunday school speaking, we're gonna just call this God.
Add about 2 spoonfuls of vinegar in there.
It's an extra helping of God, right?
Yeah, we always need a little extra. So you see here the rice begins to fall and rise, actually. Some of those bubbles that were created from that baking soda and vinegar mixture have clung onto those pieces of rice, and you see that they are rising and falling. And you should be able to see this continuous action.
So when things are really hard and we have trouble rising on our own, then God can help us rise. And even if we fall back down again, we can rise back up again.
That is
over
correct.
and over and over again in our life. We'll rise and we'll fall. And God can lift us up no matter what happens.
And you can do this at home, guys. You can change it up if you'd like. Change the amount of rice you put in, change the amount of vinegar or baking powder, soda, whatever you would like to do. You can change that up and see what happens in your own at-home experiment.